So I recently had an opportunity to help foreign nation make some considerations regarding their education system. They're in the process of reforming what they have in place so that the students in their nation can compete with the high performing nations of the world. And it was so eye-opening to learn about a different culture and experience their values even within their curriculum. It was such a delightful experience and one that I'm so grateful for. I can't wait to have more experiences like that as I continue to help more nations along their path to achieve their mission. But there was one theme that came up over and over and over again, and it didn't surprise me, but it did definitely still encourage me, even though this is something I already knew. And that's that there isn't a single system that outweighs the quality of the teacher. So it's not the quality of an education system that provides the best education to students, but it's actually the collective quality of all of the teachers in that nation that really provides students that exemplary education. And so, some of the things that really elevate and professionalize teaching for a lot of what I found in the research is the fact that, of course, there's rigorous initial preparation for the teachers that go into the classroom. They use a cohort model, which is wonderful. It's a model that I'm very much excited to use whenever I work with the school district, simply because that's where I see the most promise. It's where I see the most encouragement, and it's also where I see the most transformation. Another thing that I found internationally that is working for a lot of the high performing nations, not just us in the United States, is ongoing teacher professional development. So they are really empowered as professionals in their field and they're encouraged to be innovative. They're encouraged to look for ways to work smarter, not harder, be more efficient, find ways that are really going to push student thinking rather than certain values that aren't necessarily academic. And so the focus on the academic values again and really encouraging students to grow in those areas and providing them with opportunities to apply those skills that are more innovative. That was something that came up as well. And oftentimes, teachers, though they have a lot of great ideas, they are certainly more powerful as an influential force in every nation when they can come together and collaborate. And so that was another wonderful thing that came up again and again as I was talking to educators in other nations and learning more about like what was working for them and how that connects to what works for us. And a lot of times, a lot of them will use something that we've researched in the United States as being a best practice, and they're using it, and they're actually outperforming us using the strategies that we learned actually work. And of course, that definitely suggests that maybe we need to do better at applying the research that we've worked so hard to do, applying and implementing that research ourselves, not just figuring out what works and saying, okay, this is what works, but we actually need to apply that, even though that means we might need to remove some other things off the table just to keep the focus back to where it needs to be in order to really support students in the competitive market that is now the world. And so, nowhere in any way does the nation's quality of education exceed the quality of their teachers collectively. So, to us, what does this mean today? Well, it means that we need to continue to pour into our teachers and really encourage them to grow by empowering them. So think about the teachers in your life. Go ahead and encourage them and really do what you can to empower them so that they can take the next step and continue to be amazing and grow in that amazingness.